All right, so today's class is all going to be about building a strong foundation. So, having a strong foundation on your mat is super important to having the connection with yourself and that self awareness and cultivating that self compassion within your yoga practice. So, we're going to start in a comfortable seat and just taking your hands and either placing them down on your knees, palms face up, or taking one hand on your heart and the other on your belly. Lengthening up through the spine and rooting down through the sits bones. And just taking a nice, big, deep inhale through the nose. Filling the belly with the breath. Just becoming aware of the breath. Noticing every nice, slow inhale and exhale. And just being present in this moment. Just a few more breaths here. And on the next inhale, we're going to go ahead and flutter the eyes open. And then we're going to make our way to the top of our mat standing. So coming up however you need to come up to the top of your mat. And once you find yourself at the top of the mat, standing with the feet about hip width apart. Focusing on stretching the fingertips down towards the floor, lengthening up through the spine and relaxing the shoulders down the back. Perhaps in this moment, just taking and noticing the contact between your feet and the mat. How does it feel in this moment? Do you feel firmly rooted? Do you feel grounded? Taking a nice big inhale. And as we inhale, the arms rise, bringing the hands together and our gaze to the thumbs. Pulling the shoulders away from the ears. And again, lengthening through the spine. Just hold and breathe. The next inhale. Fold forward from the hips, swan dive down, coming into forward fold. So bringing the hands to the earth, Nice big inhale, halfway lift, hands come to shin. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. Exhale, releasing down, forward fold. Bending the knees nice and gently, stepping it back into plank. And then lower the knees nice and gently to the ground, followed by the heart. Pull the elbows into the sides, pressing the tops of the feet down into the mat. Nice big inhale, pressing up, cobra. Shoulders are away from the ears. Exhale, release. Tuck the back toes under and pressing through the feet and through the hands at the same time. We're going to press all the way up into plank and then sail the hips back. Downward facing dog. We'll be taking a moment here to sway side to side. Nice gentle sways. Or you can pedal the feet. Entirely up to you. And we're going to go ahead and come forward slightly, and then lightly stepping the feet in between the hands, bringing the hands to the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way back up. So right now we're building our sun salutations. Exhale, release, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, hands come to shins, halfway lift. Pull the belly button in towards the spine here. Moving a little bit faster this time. Exhale, forward fold. Lightly stepping it back to a plank, and then coming forward on the toes. We're going to lower down nice and gently without pressing the knees down this time. Pull the elbows into the sides. Tops of the feet down into the mat, peeling the heart up. Lengthen through the spine here. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes under, press all the way up, and sail the hips back. Downward facing dog. Coming slightly forward. We're going to go ahead and lightly step the feet in between the hands. So engaging the core, lightly step the feet. Hands come to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way back up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, releasing, forward fold. This time, I'm going to challenge you. Instead of stepping back into plank, you can still step back if you need to. Don't say it. I'm not saying you can't. But bend the knees. We're going to act like they're a spring. You're going to engage the core. And you're going to act like somebody has their hands on your hips and they're picking you up and floating you back. So pressing down through the hands, engage the core, hopping back into plank, coming slightly forward, exhale, release, all the way down. Pull the elbows into the torso, lengthen up through the spine, cobra. Exhale, release, bringing the heart back to the floor. Tuck the toes under, press all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. Go ahead and take this moment to pedal out the feet. Holding this one for 5 breaths. Nice slow pedals. Coming slightly forward in that plank. Engage the core, pull the belly button in towards the spine. We're going to go ahead and hop our way in between our hands. Again, you can lightly step if you need to. Hopping in between the hands. Hands comes to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way back up. Lengthening through our extended mountain. Exhale, hands come back to heart, coming back into prayer. And just taking a moment to reground ourselves, to reconnect with the breath. Go ahead this time, and you're going to take and you're going to turn your right leg out. So I'm going to turn this way so you could see me, but we're going to turn that right leg out, and you're either going to place your heel just above your ankle, not on the joints, or placing it on the calf. Bringing your hands to heart space center. Find that focal point. So find a spot, pick a spot other than me, because I know you're watching. But pick a static spot and focus on that point. Hold and breathe. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back this way so you can see what we're going to do next. Next, we're going to go ahead and turn the knee towards the front. And then you're going to take and we're going to bring the right leg back, finding balance through that left leg. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. And then release, bringing that right leg down. Bring the big toes in together. And just a small gap in between the heels. We're going to go ahead and hug the knees in towards each other. Taking a nice big inhale, you're going to swing the arms back and sail the arms up to the sky. Pull the belly button in towards the spine here. Find space in that back. Sitting back in our imaginary chair. Exhale, release. All the way down, forward fold. Slowly roll it up, one vertebrae at a time. Once you get up at the top, we're going to prepare to come into tree pose on the other side. So taking and firmly rooting through that right leg, turning that left leg out to the side, and planting our heel just above the ankle or on the calf. Hands come to heart space center. Find that focal point again, that drishti spot. And just hold and breathe. Lengthen through the tailbone. Engage the core. Holding and breathing. Turning the knee towards the top of the mat. We're going to go ahead and engage the core and then bring that left leg back, coming into Warrior 3 on the opposite side. Hold and breathe. Inhale, bringing that left leg back up and planting the foot right next to the right. Taking a nice big inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, release, forward fold. Finding space here in your forward fold. So either bringing the hands to the earth or grabbing the elbows. Just hold and breathe. We're going to go ahead and bend the knees and step back into plank. Engage the core. Again, hold and breathe. Doing so good. And then gently lower the knees, followed by the heart. Bring the elbows into the sides, find length, cobra. Exhale, release. Bringing the heart back down to the earth. Tuck the toes under, press through the hands and the toes, up and back, downward facing dog. Driving those heels down into the floor, spiraling the thighs inward. Finding length through the spine. Taking a nice big inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, pulling the left knee into the chest and then planting the foot in between the hands. Turn the back foot out so the heel's down on the mat. And press through the feet, pressing yourself all the way up. Nice big inhale, Warrior 1. Inhale, rotate open. Bring the arms out in a T shape and opening up the hips to the side of the mat. So I like to say that your hips, think of your hips as a spotlight. So wherever you turn, that spotlights or those lights shine. So you're turning and shining your lights forward to the side of the mat. Then through that front leg, reach the arms out to the sides. Lengthen through the spine here. Hold and breathe. Place your right hand down on your right thigh. And taking a nice big inhale, the left arm's going to come up and over, pulling the shoulder back. Option here to take and place the hand on the back of the head. Inhale, coming back up into our Warrior 2. And then exhale, you're going to spiral the arms down, step it back into plank, gently lowering the knees, followed by the heart. Pull the elbows in. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes under, press up and back, downward facing dog. Really focusing on pushing those heels down into the floor. Allowing the shoulders to open. Taking a nice big inhale, right leg rises. Allowing the hip to open. Exhale, pull the right knee in towards the heart. Then plant the foot in between the hands. Turning that back foot out in warrior stance, so heel is on the ground. We're going to take and press through, rising, warrior one. Hold and breathe. Pulling the shoulders down away from the ears. Finding length and space in the spine here. Inhale, open, warrior two. Hips open up to the side of the mat. Gaze is just over the pointer finger. Placing the left hand down on the left thigh. Taking a nice big inhale. Right arm sweeps up and over. Again, focusing on pulling that shoulder away from the ears, down the back. Exhale, release. Spiral the arms down. Step it back into plank. We're going to gently lower the knees. Bringing the hands just underneath so that your wrists are stacked just underneath your shoulders. Knees underneath the hips. Taking a nice big inhale, you're going to pull the heart forward. Exhale, pressing the floor away from you. Nice big inhale. And just following breath to movement, nice and slow. Exhale, coming into cat pose. Another nice big inhale. Press the heart forward. One last cat pose here. We're going to go ahead and come back into our neutral tabletop. Bringing the big toes together. Go ahead and sit your hips back towards your heels as you crawl your fingertips forward towards the top of the mat. Plant your forehead down on the mat. And just hold and breathe. Inhale, slowly bringing it back up into our tabletop. We're going to go ahead and swing the legs around, sitting down on our bottoms. And bringing the legs out nice and long. I'm going to scoot forward so you can see my face because the sun is shining through my window. And unfortunately, I don't have a curtain to block it. But that's okay. We're going to go ahead and sit with our legs nice and long. And just focusing on driving the heels forward towards the top of the mat and flexing the feet so that the toes are aimed up at the sky. You're going to take and place your hands next to your hips. Pull the belly button up and inward. Relax the shoulders. And just hold and breathe. This pose is called Dandasana, or staff's pose. And there is a lot of things happening in this pose at this current moment. Strengthening and stretch and grounding. It's just overall a very good pose. And just taking the hands back to the heart in prayer. Taking a nice big inhale, lengthen the arms all the way up to the sky, keeping those shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, you're going to bring them to the feet, hinging forward at the hips, relaxing the head, and lengthen through the spine. Coming into a seated forward fold. And just holding and breathing. Gently begin walking it up. And go ahead and slide the legs in, bringing the soles of the feet together. Placing your hands on your shins. And just allow your knees to fall out to the sides, coming into Baddha Konasana, or bound angle. Also known when we were kids as butterfly. Just hold and breathe. Again, finding length here through the spine. Release the hands from the shins. And pull those knees inward. We're going to go ahead and walk them out nice and long. And come down onto our backs. So coming down onto our back. And go ahead and leave the right leg bent. Bringing the hands out to the sides. And pull the right knee in towards the heart. And as you exhale, bringing it over the left, coming into a supine spinal twist. And just hold and breathe. Holding and breathing. Allowing the muscles to release. Nice and gently bringing that right knee back to center. We're going to go ahead and pull the left knee in this time and stretching out the right leg. And And then bringing the left leg in towards the chest as you exhale, crossing over the right. Knee does not have to touch the ground. The whole purpose behind this is keeping the shoulders flat on the ground and twisting through the torso. Hold and breathe. Come back to center. And go ahead and stretch that left leg out nice and long. Bringing the arms down by the sides, palms face up, coming into our Shavasana. And just taking a nice big inhale through the nose. Filling the belly with the breath. And as we begin to exhale, just allowing the body to soften into the mat. Letting yourself further and further relax with each breath. Completely following every inhale and exhale. You could stay in Shavasana as long as you need. But when you're ready to start coming out, just go ahead and start wiggling the fingers and the toes. Roll over onto your side. When you're ready, just press yourself up nice and gently to a comfortable seat. Just taking a moment here. This concludes today's practice. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. The light in me honors and sees the light in you.